So, all right, welcome to Tuesday night's Team Huddle. Thank you guys for hopping on. We got a special guest in store, and then we'll talk about some things that are upcoming after Cody speaks. So Cody is Monica's husband. So I just want to introduce him and let him share, and then we'll talk after that. So take it away, Cody.
Yeah, I just want to, I'll turn on my camera in just a sec. So the reason why I asked Cody to come on, you guys, is because he works in a corporation pretty much with all of the C-level employee, C-level management. So C-level meaning your CEO, CIO, CFO, CTO. So your technology officer, your information officer, your financial officer, your, everything at the top he's dealing with. And so I thought it would be great to hear perspective from somebody who's in business, because we are in a business. And I think a lot of times we have a hard time acknowledging ourselves as CEOs, right? And so let's hear from a real C-level person, what CEOs, CIOs, CTOs, like what do they deal with on a daily basis? Like on a team level, how do they create a team camaraderie? And then secondly, Cody, if you could just, no more than 6 minutes, and I know this is a lot, encapsulate what metrics you're looking at on a day-to-day, monthly basis to ensure that the business is growing, and how you measure that. Okay.
6 minutes?
Yeah,
That's all
I mean, as best you
kidding.
can, yeah.
Well, thank you, Miss Monica. Thank you, Coach Mel. Hello, everyone. I think I know majority of you, with the exception of a few, but like Monica and Mel had mentioned, I'm Cody. I'm Monica's better half. I have been in the corporate world for about 18 plus years. Before that, I did probation work. So I had public law enforcement background, and then it got just a little bit too risky, started a family, had 2 little ones. I moved into asset protection for Target on a district level and started kind of interviewing employees, interviewing managers, supervisors. And then that got a little bit, mundane, finished my degree, and then got on with a corporate investigative firm where we did high-level corporate investigations, so reactive services, operative work, sexual harassment investigations, drug abuse investigations. So I've always had to deal with C-suite level executives. So being in my role now as a director for a mid-size consumer reporting agency, we're probably 30 to 50 mil a year. We do both fraud investigations, and then on the proactive side, we do employment background checks, which that is my bread and butter. I'm an SME, or subject matter expert, in the background screening industry, highly regulated, highly compliant. And when it comes to directors of HRs, senior VPs of corporate risk managers, they just want to make sure that we're giving them information that they can make an informed hiring decision, right? So our reputation is always on the line, every single report we put out to an employer. So my main duties is to deal on a high level with our top 10 accounts, which are Fortune 500 companies in different industries, and making sure that they're getting the value out of our services. What can we bring new to the marketplace? I do a report. One of the metrics that I do, which is important, is of our top 10 clients, are they looking for other background screening companies out there? So on a monthly basis, I'm looking at, are they looking at other health coaches? Are they looking at other background screening companies to bring on? Because if we lose one of these top 10 clients, it's pretty bad. It's not that 80% of our businesses and 10% of our clients, but these are very large corporations that we have very long-standing relationships with. We're not a cheap service. We are just based, again, on the accuracy of our information is what we're going to send out. So I deal with very high-level corporate VPs and mainly in the human resources space. I could tell you first and foremost, weekly huddles are extremely important. Don't put a time limit on it. Put a time where you want to start it. Make it open to everyone. Inclusivity is very, very important. That's where you get creative juices flowing. But we don't say, all right, every Monday we're going to meet for 2 hours and just do that. We say on Monday, we're going to meet at 10 o'clock and we'll go over whatever you guys want to talk about. But there is going to be an agenda and we just don't want to waste people's time, right? And so when we are in these meetings, we completely focus on everyone's strengths. There's a really, really good book out that I read about 3 years ago when I was having some personal professional issues, kind of a fork in the road, and it's called The Effective Executive. And the effective executive says we can only do one thing at a time, right? It's great to multitask. It's great to spread ourselves thin, but we really can't get the first thing done if we don't focus on one thing at a time. So in order to focus at one thing at a time, we need other people to handle the other things that we can't focus on. So you got to focus on all of your strengths and not worry about, I'm not on time, or this other person can't get an agenda out, or this person has an issue with providing, her action plan. Is everybody has a buy-in, but focus on everyone's strengths so that the weaknesses really, really, really don't matter, right? They're not weaknesses, they're opportunities, but I guarantee you that if you guys pick 2 or 3 of everyone's strengths and build off of that, weaknesses won't matter, and everyone on the team can kind of fill in weaknesses where everyone else comes up short. So we definitely, talk about the climate. COVID definitely affected our business. Fortunately, we had a lot of clients that were essential suppliers that had to stay functioning and open, so we were able to service them. But it's what value do you bring to the marketplace? So what value do you bring to your clients? The main thing I could tell you in being a leader, it's mainly all soft skills. It's all soft skills. It's all empathy. It's all emotional intelligence. It's all understanding your client's perspective. It's consistency. It's showing up. It's definitely showing up, being there, putting yourself in their shoes, understanding what they're going through short-term, what they're going through long-term. Employ some common sense, right? Don't make assumptions. Don't take things personal. These are all leadership qualities. Kindness. I was reading today that kindness is an alpha quality. You wouldn't think kindness in an alpha type personality. It is an alpha quality. And so leaders really need to hone their soft skills. I'd like to think that you could teach empathy. I'd like to think that you could teach common sense. I'd like to think that you could teach someone to don't take things personal. It's hard. Some people innately have it, right? Some people grow up in an environment where kindness was showered down on them, so they just had to give it back. So leadership quality is all really soft skills, and being able to again connect with someone, because when you connect with someone on that type of level, whether it's your coach or your fellow or a client or fellow coaches, then you become a trusted advisor. Then they'll come to you for anything. I left my former employer 3 years ago. I still have people coming back to me, not for their business, just to talk about other stuff going on in their company, because I took the time to sit down and talk with them. Even if I didn't get their business, I still would provide them information. Okay, your background screening company is someone you have to stay with, but are they doing A, B, C, and D to make sure that they're bringing value to your company? So don't ever think that if you don't get somebody to sign up or bring on another coach, that it's gone. It's never going to be gone. And as far as metrics, definitely look if if your clients are looking at competition, profit margins, right? How much money you're bringing in, but more importantly, how much money is going out. You're not going to be profitable. I don't know what the metrics are in your industry, but you're not going to be profitable, right? For the first, I don't know, some businesses, it takes years for them to be profitable, but you really want to look at what you're spending and what you are, what you're selling and what you're also spending on. I'm always looking to cut costs. I'm always looking for automation and efficiency. I'm sorry, but if I could find a program or an application that could take manual hours out of my P&L, I'm going to do it. If I could leverage certain technology where I could eliminate 3 vendors and go to 1 because they're offering power pricing because I just have so much work, I'm going to do that. So you got to constantly at least on a biannual basis, look at your business plan and look at what your overhead is. And can you cut costs, but not sacrifice services? So moving to virtual, I didn't have to travel anymore. I didn't have to go to conferences. I didn't have to, attend seminars and evening mixers and all that stuff, even though at times it's fun. So we had to be agile and toggle to how can we still be able to promote our brand virtually. And it's hard. And it's definitely hard because, again, the soft skills, you lose that when you're like this, right? And so I definitely, by the most important thing in your business is understanding everything that's going out and everything that's coming in, and invest in programs, invest in apps, invest in Zoom, because that's not going to go away, but always see and tweak it and see if it's working or not, and making sure you're getting the most value out of it. Become a subject matter expert, become an expert in everything that you do, that, again, if someone is not coming to you necessarily to get on program or to be a coach, they're coming to you for just advice, that's definitely where you want to be. Read The Effective Executive. It's a great book. It's an easy read. I'm not a reader at all. I tried to find the Cliff Notes and it wasn't, so it forced me to read it. And it's a really good book. Keep your promises, lead by example, but you can't, don't sacrifice your promises because the other person isn't coming to the table as well. You have to be consistent with what you're going to do and what you're going to say. Even if you feel that it's only going one way, you gotta be present and just do what you say. For leaders, they're looking for the outcome. They're looking for deliverables. They're looking for, so if you have to, under promise and over deliver. I don't know how much more time I have. I don't know if that's helping at all, Miss Monica. But definitely treat, you all are business owners. You all are leaders. You have to lead in order for your business to be successful. So I know it's hard. So everything is in follow through, right? So follow through in everything. Follow through in a relationship. Follow through in your job. Follow through is where the rubber meets the road. But it's so hard for the follow through because we tend to do the easy stuff because it's just so much easier for us to check a box. Well, that's not how you're going to move the needle, and that's not how you're going to grow your business. You always got to think about how you could take someone else's idea and just tweak it and make it a little bit better. But definitely you got to challenge yourself. You got to do the hard stuff, and it's the follow through. If I'm reaching out to Tom for 3 weeks and I stop reaching out to him, Tom's going to go away. But if I continue maybe every other week, or give Tom this cool little article about social media searches that, hey, maybe the director of finance would want to do social media searches on all their hires. Well, what's a social media search? Well, let's talk about that. And obviously your background screening company isn't doing that. That's a real case example. And I got all of the business back. So, always sharpen your tool, always just become a real subject matter expert in what you do. And, watch what you're spending and watch what you're bringing in and forecast. And I mean, metrics that we do is when business is going to suck. We know business is going to suck in December and January and February. Not a lot of employers are hiring because they're doing their budgets then, right? So their budgets are done in around March, and that's when they're going to start spending the money for services like ours. So plan for months where it's not going to be as lucrative as some months may be. And change your financials to accommodate that. Be very, very financially conservative, especially if you're in that growth pattern. I don't know.
I think
questions?
that's a lot. Thank you so much for that. Hey guys, I don't know if you heard all of the similarities, and thank you, Cody, for everything that you shared. What I heard firstly was the weekly huddles are super important. Right? This is why we do this. The inclusivity, right? Everybody wants to be a part of something. We do that here. Have an agenda for the meeting. You guys always know what we're trying to talk about. Focusing on people's strengths. We do that here in the Impact Academy. We focus on your strengths, and we always encourage you to focus on your clients' wins each week, right? What were they strong in? So also very similar. And then also recognizing that everybody that you talk to has value, right? There's some sort of value that they bring to the table, whether it's an opportunity for your personal growth, whether it's a referral, they bring some value, right? Always be checking your metrics. We do that here, right? So in a C-level corporation, he's talking about spending. Well, we don't have so much spending, but our frontline volume should be increasing, right? So there's a checks and balance no matter what business you're in. So I heard that.
Real quick. So new business and revolving accounts, right? So I need to keep our current accounts happy, but we also have a sales force that needs to bring in new business as well. There has to be a balance. You have to be able to generate new business each month, but also keep your revolving accounts happy as well. Sorry.
It's okay. So again, that's something that we do here, right? Bring value to our current clients, hope that there's a referral that comes in. And we should be keeping metrics of this. You know, is that one client bringing you 5 referrals? Are you at no referrals? What are those metrics like? What is that? Where's that kink? So very, very similar. And the last thing that I heard that was similar was the automation for programming, right? So our Reach app that we use, our Trello boards, these are ways where we can automate information, make it easy to find. Okay. So I hope that was helpful in connecting the dots, like as a CEO, what we're teaching here, what we do in this Impact Academy, learning how to lead. This is very similar to what you would do as a C-level employee. And I don't know about you, but when I was in the corporate world, I always wanted to be C-level. I always aspired, like, I want to be chief something, you know, or you're at least aspiring to climb the ladder. And when you're climbing the ladder, there's certain metrics that have to be met so that you prove value, so that you get promoted, right? Here, it's the same thing. Value, metrics, your business grows, and that's what we're looking at. So I hope that those were very similar, like putting on your CEO hat. So thank you so much, my better half. You did that very, very nicely.
You're very welcome. No questions, concerns, comments, struggles?
No, I think you just brought a lot of things to the table. I mean, they are very similar. We do need to toggle as much as we can to virtual because we only have so much time. I know I work a 40-hour and I have to look, like the Reach app is everything to me. It gives me freedom. So the virtual stuff's going to give you freedom. And then looking to the people that are really good at the things that you're not good at, and having them, you know, promote to that and being that voice in the group. It's not about they're better. It's like we're looking for people to bring into our group that have value. Not that other people don't have value, but especially those ones, and approaching them like, oh my gosh, girl, you would be perfect. You're just what we need in our group. And looking for those as new business and as referrals, and, you know, as our clients, bringing them on as coaches. Were you going to say something, Jennifer?
Already in the chat. We're good.
Okay, awesome. Thanks, Cody.
You're very welcome. I got to put on my other hat. I got to go make dinner for the kids and take the dogs for a walk.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cody.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye, Cody. Thank you so much.
See ya.
All right, guys. So we have a price increase coming up. Yay. Did you see that? Did you guys know that it was coming? Do you have an idea? Prices are going up everywhere. So the good news is they've given us a little bit of a buffer. It's December the 8th. Okay. And I don't want you guys to take a look at this as some sort of somber opportunity or something somber or something bad happening, just because we haven't increased our prices in forever, number one. Number two, the price increase was 80 cents a box. So the average person is going to be spending about $12 more a month on their order. Big whoop. They literally go to the 7-Eleven as soon as they hang up with you and spend that on a candy bar, you know, so it's $12. So I want you to know that that's coming. Okay, we can use it in our verbiage as you're approaching people. I want to remind you, and Mel can vouch for this, Barbie too, as somebody who's been here for 6 years or more, the day after Thanksgiving, the phones light up. Okay, so I want you to not be afraid on Thanksgiving Day, say, oh, people are with their family, because guess what? They're stuffing their faces. And the one person they want to talk to on Friday morning is you. I swear to you. Okay. So, Mel, do you want to add to that?
Well, yeah, so you have to, I mean, let's go back to where we have done Thanksgiving. You wake up on Thanksgiving and you're so disappointed in yourself because you feel like shit. You've eaten everything and then some, and your clothes don't fit anymore. You're scared to jump on the scale. You know that the next holiday is coming up and you're about to do a repeat performance of what you just did. And then when it comes to January, you are on the struggle bus once again. So, you know, as you go through this holiday, please, please, please be on your health game. Share what you're doing, share different things that are going to help. I just shared a video that it had been on my heart. I said, I know you guys have all lost loved ones this year, friends, the last 2 years, and there's going to be an empty seat, maybe at your table. Grab an empty jar and have everybody write down something that they're grateful or a memory of that person and put it in there. That's an exercise. That is something that people are going to, you know, it's already been shared. So that's a powerful thing for somebody because, you know, when that person's lonely and if they have that jar and they can open up and read those memories or just they get to learn something about somebody. And remember that verse in that song, you know, you die twice, once when they put you in the grave and the last time somebody mentions your name. No, people are going to still mention your name if they have that little memory jar. So that's value. So all these things you're going to want to try to talk about, like how you're like, hey, here's how I'm navigating. You can even do a live on Thanksgiving. Like, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go take a look. I'm going to make a decision. I'm going to put the meat and the veggies on my plate first. You know, if you're going to have a bite of this, it's this much, the 3-bite rule that we talk about. These are all things that people are going to find a value because if they realize that they can take a bite of something 3 times and they're good, instead of like putting a bunch on their plate and then feeling guilt because they have to finish it, you know, just because they were always told to clean their plate. These are valuable things that you guys can share. So when they wake up and you've already shared these tips with them, guess who's going to pop into their mind? You are. You're going to pop into their mind. And we also have some graphics if you guys want to do Black Friday specials. Also talking about, you can even like on the price increase, you can start sharing, oh my gosh, have you seen the price of beef? Have you seen the price of gas? Have you seen the price? Everything is going up. Everything is going up everywhere. You can't get away with it. You can't get away from it. It's everywhere. But like McDonald's, I'd probably is either the price is either going up or the meals are shrinking. One of the two. They're getting smaller. So you get less value for your buck. So realize that, look, I don't like paying $5 a gallon for gas. Not at all. But do I have a choice? Nope. If I want to go to anywhere, I got to fill my tank. We're going out to the desert. I would guess probably on fuel and everything for all of our stuff. I don't know, $500, $600, $700 we're going to be spending on fuel just to do that. Okay, it's a lot. It's a lot, but people want to get like, I want to get away. I want to get to the desert. I want to get away. I want to get with my friends and family. So people are going to spend money where they find value. Christmas gifts are going up. All these things are going up, but 80 cents a box, that's not much. So if you divide that by 7 days, what is that? It's like 10 cents a meal. Like that's what we're going up, like 10, 11 cents a meal.
11 cents a meal. Yeah.
Yeah. Not a big deal, right? Does that seem like a big deal to you guys? No. Okay.
So let's talk about spending money on what people find value in. Okay.
Yeah.
Because they will, right? If your cell phone breaks, are you going to go find the $250 deposit? If the tires go flat on your car, are you going to find the $100, whatever, whatnot to go? You are, right? So people will find money that they find value in. So what we want to do right now is help you bridge the gap. There's a gap, right? They want to lose weight. There's a reason why they're not doing it. They want to get off meds. There's a reason why they haven't. They want to stop drinking. There's a reason why they can't. So there's some questions that you can ask. Now, you guys, when I do a health assessment, I am so comfortable in my flow. First 30 health assessments, I was trying to remember all of the points of the health assessment. Okay. So I share this with you to say that you have to go through this process of where you've done enough health assessments where you're not worried about what's on the health, what is a health assessment? Okay, here's what a health assessment is. What are you trying to do? I want to lose 30 pounds. Okay, what's the hardest part about that for you? Well, my kids, I prep, nothing seems to work. Okay. And now you're going to bridge that gap. Well, you have a coach, we have a I have two things for you. We have a curriculum, you have the community, and you have the feelings. So when you ask them, what's the hardest part about this for you? Be listening. Well, I'm on the go all the time. So I'm on the road. I stop on the street. Where do you stop at? What's your favorite place to go? I go to the Habit Burger, blah, blah, blah. Now, my mind is calculating price. My mind is calculating how often they eat. I go to the Habit Burger for a breakfast burrito, and then later on at night, I probably, I cook dinner. Okay, what kind of groceries are you getting? Number one, I can figure out what they're eating, and I'm trying to hone in on what they're spending. So this way, when I can then share what I'm offering, I can posture it in a way where I'm not going to get asked about the price of our plan, or I'm not going to get fought on it. By the time I tell you that our program is $94 a day, it sounds like a steal. I'm sorry, $94 a week. It sounds like a steal. Girl, right now you're going to that Habit Burger. You're only eating like twice a day. Like, honestly, this program is less than that. So you're going to save money and you're going to get healthy. So I'm repeating, like, you just told me you go to Habit Burger. Like, so you get really good at understanding what questions you're going to ask so that you can start calculating, right? It's just like your story. If you're thinking about what your story is, you can't feel out if it's resonating. Know the story so that you can deliver it, so that you can tell body contact, posture. When I look at you guys, I can tell when you're getting bored. I can tell when we need to like bring it up a notch, right? I can tell. You can tell. So you get really, really good at body language and things like that when you know what you're talking about. So get to know what you're talking about. Mel, you want to add to that?
Yeah, I also want to add to that. So you are going to get these people that say, I spend $240 a month on food. And they are close to 400 pounds. Okay. What are you eating? How many, so instead of like pouncing on them and telling them da 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 da, I said, well, how many times are you eating a day? And they said 3. And I said, tell me what you're spending $2.75 a meal on. Okay, let's talk about that. What are you doing? Oh, I'm eating noodles and protein and some snacks. Okay. How is that making you feel? You told me that you want to be healthier. We're talking about a difference. So you bridge the gap of the difference, right? The difference is like $7 a day. The difference, if you put it in Monica's way, is $49 a week. We're talking $49 difference a week in what you're currently spending. What else? Oh, you're on medication. You want to get off? Oh, but you have zero copay. Okay. How's it making you feel though? Where do you think this is taking you? Ask the questions, right? And then you know, they're still going to be stuck on their 240. And then you just say simply, hey, let me invite you to my group. What if I could show you how right now with your $240 budget, maybe you can start eating healthier now. Now, the job is not, I mean, it's not to get these people to join us as much as to bring them value. So if you say, hey, I can send you the 100-calorie snacks, I can invite you into the group, you can look for some healthy recipes. What if I could show you that? And then, you know, you tag them in the videos, you tag them in the stories, and then you let the group do the work. Okay, those people are they have a very big scarcity mindset. And because they actually don't believe this is going to work for them anyways, so the cost of paying another $50 a week is out of their price range and they're not willing to do it. But like Monica said, if you can find out that they go to the Habit, and the Habit probably, I would say $12, $14 just for that one meal, right? Even if they do that once a week, then what? Then what are we talking about? We're talking about like $35, difference of $35. It's not that much. So look for don't be so quick to pounce, but ask more questions. Get them to, like, one of the things I said was, it sounds to me like community is something that you need. You need accountability. You need some sort of curriculum because you told me you're an emotional eater, right? You need something simple because you try to do things and then it gets too complicated. If I could show you how to do all of this stuff, would that be helpful to you? And when I say, would that be helpful to you? You know what they say? Yeah, that would. Okay, now you've opened up their mind to where they're more willing to listen. So telling them to do things and what they're doing wrong slams the door right in your face. They're not going to listen to you. But if I could show you this, would that be helpful to you? They go, yeah. And especially if it's not going to cost them anything for you to just start now. So imagine when you can get them started on believing in themselves and seeing that the meals are simple and great. Maybe they're down 20 pounds or something by the time they're finally ready. At least they know what they're getting into and they feel safer because they know that they can create one meal. But maybe they're still not getting to their goal because they're noticing there's way more to it than the food that they're eating. So just keep you're bridging the gap. And like with this whole thing, like Monica was saying, the day after Thanksgiving, people are going to be spending money somewhere. They're going to be spending some money somewhere. They've already planned their Black Fridays, they're looking, their Cyber Mondays, right? And their Christmas shopping. The gift of health is what these people really, really need. You have to bridge the gap and you have to get in there quickly so that they will be willing to take that initiative to start with you. But that doesn't, if you do not show yourself, somebody else will, and you will lose your opportunity. And if you are the one that's shaming them, they're not going to connect with you. They're going to find somebody else. So be like Cody was saying, kindness is a leadership skill. Okay, so when you catch yourself typing out like War and Peace to them to tell them why they need to join this program, like highlight, cut, and ask another question. Do not vomit on them because you will make them feel bad, and it won't feel like it's their idea. So just slow down. And one of the things I learned from Monica is ask one question at a time. One question, let them answer. Plus that back and forth is going to tell Facebook that you guys are friends, and all of a sudden more of your stuff. So don't forget the before and afters. Don't worry about how many times you're posting. Seriously, not right now. This is the season. And that's my opinion. You know, I've seen a lot of people, and I went over, if you have not checked out Miss Dawn Donnelly's page, her page is fantastic. She's very, very much got everything going on, lots of grandkids, lots of before and afters, lots of recipes, lots of motivation. I was like, damn girl, she looks good on that page. I know what she does. I know if I needed help that I could go to her. So You want to add anything, Dawn?
I just hopped on, so I don't know what you were talking about. So my bad.
We're talking about bridging the gap, like asking questions because people, like at this time, we need to get them connected to why they need to do this program.
Actually, yeah, like one of the things that I've said recently, is like when I became a coach, I had 300 follower or friends, and now I have like 3,200 friends over the course of 6.5 years of coaching, which means that only 300 of my friends were really with me when I was doing my journey. So don't assume just because I have all this stuff on my page that people really understand what it is that I do. There's so many things out there. What makes me different? What makes me different is my unique ability to help people. It's not a wrap, it's not a pill, it's not a, this or that, or it's more than food. Like, hear me say that again. It's more than food. This program, unless you go in and tell people, and so that's what I've been challenged with this month, was making a list of people. And I initially did that. I made, we have our hundreds list, right? I made a 300 list. And what I found was the same people that I put on this 100 list that I never reach out to ended up on my 300 list. So what I started doing was, I was like, I really don't want to reach out to these people. I started adding people to the list to make the list even longer that I never normally would have reached out to. And they're like, I didn't know you did that. Like, they really don't know. So yeah, bridging the gap, really reaching out to people and let them know exactly why you are different than everybody else out there trying to sell a wrap or a, tea or coffee, whatever the heck it is that they sell. We're not selling things. Let them know what you're all about. So this month, I'm actually taking it a step further, and I'm letting them know that they would be amazing to work with. And would they be open to that opportunity? And that's where I'm really getting to explain to them what it is I'm doing. I'm not having the best luck doing it, but I'm still doing it every single day. I'm reaching out to anywhere from minimum of 10 up to 20 people. And some days I get great answers and some days I get not one. And that's okay. Because I'm going to get through that 3,200 named friends on my list. And I'm probably going to have 4,000 by the time I get through it. But I'm reaching out to people that I have not even thought of. And even when I'm going to my list and I'm seeing a name, I'm like, why am I reaching out to this person yet again? Like, consistency. You got it. That's the word. Consistency. I'm committed to being consistent. Committed. That's one of my favorite words these days. So that's it.
I mean, and that's the game, right? Being committed to being consistent in everything that we do. That is literally the game. So I love that. I think that that's very helpful. So yeah, you guys bridge the gap. What's stopping you? I can't prep. I get stressed out. Okay. So if I made it really easy for you, if I handed you everything, you didn't have to prep and you didn't have to shop, would that be of value to you? Yes. Okay, so then what's stopping us from partnering then? Because that's what I'm offering you. Asking so, again, if she says the hardest thing about this is prepping, don't talk about community and being, community and fellowship. Well, if I could help you with a community, would that help you with your meal prep? No, that's not the match, right? That's not the gap to fill. The gap would be, well then, dude, I can give you everything. If you had everything at your fingertips that was grab and go, it was perfectly macroed, you didn't have to think about it. Would that be helpful? Would that make a difference? Okay, cool, because that's the offering. So then what's the problem now? Do you get it? Okay. And the last thing that I wanted to mention, and Mel was going to talk about this too, is that you guys, we talk about starting conversations all the time. So when you guys see somebody post something, instead of commenting on the feed, take your comment into Messenger. Like, let's just go straight into Messenger, because then it's not weird, right? This girl that I do want to talk to posted this amazing sunset in the middle of some body of water. I was going to put a comment like, yo, that's super beautiful. Where are you? And then I was like, why? Message, right? So I went into Messenger and I was like, oh my God, I swear to God, same sunset over here. Where are you? And she's like, we're at Redondo Beach, whatever. I've never talked to her before, but want to. You know what I mean? So I'm very much with this person in the like category. She knows me. Does she like me? I don't know. We've never talked. Do I like her? I don't know. We've never talked. So let me take it over there and see if we like and if we can trust, right? But I've got to like play that out with her. So she's somebody on my list. Okay. So something we're talking about on these other higher level calls, guys, is a list. Does not include birthdays. Birthdays are freebies. That's like a no-brainer that Facebook gave you. So just going to throw that out there. We are trying to level up significantly. Okay. So we gave you basics. Birthdays are basic. But we're not basic bitches here at all.
All right, now let me show you something that I just learned last night. So this might, you may know this, you may not, but let me see. I need to kind of probably turn down my screen. So let's just say I have this person here, right? It's their birthday. I could wish them happy birthday right here. I could, but right here it's got like, comment, and then it has send. It goes right to Messenger. And I'm going to show you something. So if I hit send, there it's going to be right there is the status that I'm talking about. So I can say, just wanted to say happy birthday. Just wanted to say happy birthday. Are you doing anything special to celebrate? Now here you go. You're like, oh my gosh, I don't even remember what that person's name was. How am I going to find them? Right here, it says right there, Vivian C. de Puera. Right? So all I got to do here is go to search and go Vivian. There she is right there on the top. I hit send and make sure it goes all the way through. It's sent. And I hit cancel. I hit done. Boom, goes right back to my timeline. And I continue. Boop. So if you just spent 10 minutes connecting with people, you can do that. This wouldn't be the people on your list, but you could add these people to your list, okay? And I can tell you, it's gonna take you, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes to do 10 of these. And it's really weird, but when you bring their status right into their messenger, that's theirs. And they're like, they will talk to you. They will talk to you. So it's a great way to start a conversation. And then just ask like, hey, like one of the things I'm asking is, hey, happy Thanksgiving week. Are you driving somewhere or are you hosting? Right? That's a great way to find out. And then you can find out if they need some healthy recipes or something like that, because they may. So it's just a great way to start a conversation, but it's really quick and you're going to get more people. And then also, you just want to because you're going to have the same people in there. And then if you have your list, you can do it the same way. You can grab them on the list, find something they posted, do it the same way. And that will bring it in there. Again, this is utilizing a tool that Facebook offers. So Facebook loves that. So it's more apt, they're more apt to see more of your stuff if you do that kind of stuff. So it's a great way to, when you're struggling to start those conversations, because sometimes you're just like, I just want to go to bed. I know I need to start 10 conversations, but I just want to go to bed. I've gotten so busy. This won't take you that long. Just keep scrolling till you find one, and then just boom, just do that. Don't worry about, in the morning, you'll get there and there'll be a ton of messages in there for you to continue the conversation and look for that gap. See if they need anything, and they might be like, oh, I've been watching you, or oh, I have a friend. Like I have, people that I've reached out to that said, my daughter really needs you. I'm going to hook you up with her. So I actually am going to be meeting with her to have coffee or a Zoom or something next Tuesday, because she's not available. So it's, it's working, you guys. You just have to get in there and do it. So bye, Jen. So did you want to add anything else? Any other tips?
I guess, as you're going through your health assessments this week, you guys, it's so important when you're giving them the 4 components to not like, do not let the diction in your voice drop. Like, so there's 4 components. Yeah, like you're gonna get a coach. It's kind of cool. Like, I mean, it's really cool. And we have this like, you know, curriculum, the habits of health system. It's gonna really help you like change your habits. So you'll want that. That's not the conviction. That is not the conviction. It is like, dude, honestly, for what you're getting for these $95, like you're gonna get a free coach, dude. Like and then like our fuelings, like you have no idea like how much this offloads thinking about this. Super convenient. The community, that changed everything for me. So when I talk about the 4 components, I talk with conviction. Okay. Barbie, I love you. I know you are. One more pro tip, okay? If you didn't get anything from this call, please listen to this. The other teams are not posturing coach first. I know that we have 4 things, and I know that I have, at least for my team, told you to say coach, habit system, community, fuelings last. I've taught you that, okay? We are throwing that away. First component is the habits of health system. That's our program. Second component can be the coach or the community, whatever you deem. Lastly would be the nutrition though. So a lot of the other teams, because I'm on their team calls, they are teaching their coaches to change that posture. You are not the number one thing because you don't want to be. You want to be the connector. You want to be the connector to the number one thing, which is the habits of health system. So I want to just, I know what we've been doing, but things change, okay? First thing we get is a new habit system. Girl, this is going to help you break all of those bad habits and recreate new ones. Second thing you're going to get is coach, okay? I'm going to help plug you in. I've been there, done that, okay? The third thing you're going to get is our community. These are all the other people that have done that. That will help you to influence you to different ideas. And then the fourth thing is I'm going to give you this nutrition. You do not have to think about it, okay? Will that help you? And posture it like that. So that's the last thing I wanted to share.
Hey, Monica,
Yes, darling.
one word that I like to use is rather than connector, because to me that just sounds so, I don't know, that just sounds weird to me. I like to use the word advocate, health advocate.
Love it.
You know,
I
we're
would love for
advocates.
you guys to find a word that's convicting for you. I
Right.
love advocate. If you can say that and there's no qualms in your heart, they will feel that. Right? And you can own that. I love that.
I like to say just I'll help be your accountability. We're just accountability people, you know, that's it. We're just, the curriculum is what's going to change your world. And I'm going to help you get started, because when you get started on this program, you've never done anything like this before. I have. I'm going to tell you what it's going to look like. So you're going to go, oh, now I remember her telling me that. Yeah, okay, I can do this.
And I like to use health partnership.
There we
Oh,
go.
that's good too. I like that.
So that's what I've
I
been
use-
using lately is partnership.
I use guide.
Love
Oh,
that.
love it. Yeah.
Those are great words.
Those are great words. So use those, guys. Find the one that resonates with you. I just like to say, I'm going to plug you in. I'm going to plug you into all the tools that helped me. Okay. So however you can say it to where there's conviction behind your voice, they will feel it. Use that. Okay. But I did want to just highlight the 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's change coaching from being first, because that'll take the pressure off of you. Okay.
And off of them when they start coaching. It's going to take the pressure off of them. That's the main thing. So that's what's in it for them, you guys. That's what's in it for them. They go, oh, curriculum's what we're looking at. Like, I'm just going to go, no, go check out this. I remember this and that element. Check it out. Probably will help you. That takes the pressure right off. You know, then they go, oh, okay, I can do that. So.
Okay. So is this helpful, you guys? Okay. I hope, you know, from the beginning, just starting to see you are a CEO and how many similarities there are to the CEO world and to what we do. Okay. Bringing people value, honing in on their strengths, having an agenda, and making them feel included. Okay. Is super important. Next week, we're gonna talk about rebuttals again, okay? Because now they're gonna come up again. I know, like, if you're so busy thinking about what to say when they say, "Well, I got the price," or whatnot, like, I think it's important to go through those again. Okay. All right. Any questions, any suggestions, any feedback, any problems, ideas?
The only thing I want to say is, listen, Black Friday specials. If you guys want to invest in your business, great. There's graphics in the group, the Instagram, Facebook group that I put up. If you are in 0 to 5, Sabrina May did some really great ones too. Dawn put some in there, like they're whatever looks good for you, and then also Thanksgiving recipes, tips, things like that, however you can reach people to help them navigate the holiday that they are scared of. Then that's going to be good. And especially your clients, make sure you connect with your clients, send them some tips, because tomorrow would probably be the best day to say, hey, what's your plans? So that you can make sure that they are set and you know where they're at. And also letting them know, like, hey, this is your journey. Whatever you decide to do on Thanksgiving is up to you, but let me know what it is. And please don't feel shamed about whatever you do on Thanksgiving, that you don't take my call or answer my text on Monday or Sunday when I send it to you, because this is a journey, and you've got to be a big girl and put your big girl or big boy pants on and decide what you're going to do and own what you decide to do and own your consequences if you decide to deviate. And that's fine. It's your journey. It's not mine. And so, because seriously, if they think that they've disappointed you, they're going to ghost you. So take the pressure off of them, that it's not about disappointing you. This is about their journey. But they need to know that, because they're not on these calls with us. They don't have this community. They're still lost like we were when we started. Okay. They're in that scarcity mindset where they are afraid to disappoint themselves and to be unliked and to be a failure and all the things. So that's, I think, all we got. All right, guys, thanks for hopping on. Let us know if you think of anything, put it in there. We're always open for suggestions, because we are a team of leaders. It's not just me, Dawn, and Monica. It's all of you guys. You guys all bring everything to the table, and we need every single one of your input. So there are no stupid questions. We would love you to tell us what you think that you're really good at, because like Cody was saying, we all need to have that unique talent that we are really good at, because I know I'm the techie one. Monica's really good at presenting. Dawn is so good at organizing. And I know you guys all, and then Barbie is like amazing with her patient to patient kind of, lingo and presence and everything. So I know we all have things, and we need to know what yours is, so we know when to initiate those conversations with you and bring you into your training, because your guys are all going to train on something. You just need to let us know what you're really good at.
Yeah, remember, you all committed to being at least a global, right? So globals hold their own meetings, globals do their own training, globals do all of these things. And so in the meantime, you use our platform to groom yourself to springboard into your own, and so anyways, I would love for you guys to have the most amazing Thanksgiving. I love you so much. If there's one thing that's at the top of my list as far as what I'm grateful for, it's all of you girls. I did a interview today, and they asked me what made the biggest difference in my own health journey. And I said it was you guys, because you guys pull me out when I need it. You guys encourage me and influence me when I see your stories and like what you're doing. When I see Barbie doing yoga, I'm like, ah, shit, I need to stretch. So like you constantly are bringing me back. I was dreaming about Dina, she has visions of turning buildings into amazing things. So like, I just dream about like what's possible for you and like what happens here. And it's this community that's just kept me refining, sifting and sorting, you know, so I'm really, really grateful to have you ladies, and really grateful for the ladies and men, gentlemen who will be joining us in the future. Because I know that there's a landslide of people that are coming. Okay, and Dawn, I want to thank you for this guide that you put. There's a Coach Explorer guide in the Impact Academy that I went through the other day. If you girls have not seen it, holy moly, check it out. Dina, you're gonna love it. The trilogy presentations that are listed on there, dude, everything. Nursing mom, chiropractor, massage therapist. I literally every category. I don't know who did that document. All I know is that Dawn posted it, but I want to say, Jesus Christ, that shit is so comprehensive and complete. It's unbelievable. Thank you. So girls, check that out. When you need a trilogy presentation, you got all of them.
Yes, Barbie. Got her
I
hand
want
raised.
to share in the next couple of days. We are going to be a platform. People are watching us and they are watching us closely. So do your live videos, because this is when people are lonely, they're hurting, they're depressed, they don't like social gatherings, because honestly, a lot of family get-togethers are super stressful, especially when the dynamics are not the greatest. Start putting out your health tips. Start doing live videos. Start sharing, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm planning. And guess what? After Thanksgiving, this is how I'm handling it. So for the next couple of days, we should be doing some amazing videos and be creative. You know, like I was sitting here listening to everybody talk, and I was already having a vision of a video that I'm going to do. And I was like, are you guys ready to pig out? Are you guys ready to overindulge? Hell no, let's get it together. You know what I mean? So it's just get creative and make it fun. It's if you can find fun in making your live videos, that is where you're going to draw the attention. So that's all I wanted to say. Buddy. I totally lost everybody.
Monica, you're muted.
Oh, there we go.
Sorry. Leah, I meant to tell you, last year we did 1 turkey. This year we can do 2, girl. So turkey pictures, if you can find turkey still, like that might be a thing.
Oh, you know what? My son brought home a turkey today, but I don't think it's 24 pounds. It's pretty small.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you can take a picture with it and I can Photoshop it. But turkey pigs.
Okay.
those are
Make it look
things.
bigger.
Turkey and
Yeah.
potatoes.
Yeah.
Potatoes, maybe
I
a
was
whole
just
pot of
thinking.
potatoes.
I've got potatoes and I got a turkey, and I could probably find some other things and then just kind of pile them all on me and take a picture.
Yeah.
All right.
All right,
Thank you,
guys.
guys.
All right. Thanks, ladies.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.